you're a big Broadway fan.
I am, yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that influence on the Knives Out trilogy and this movie in particular?
I can. Are we rolling? Are we going? Yep, we're talking. You did the Mark Maron thing.
Yeah.
I thought we were just hanging out, and suddenly we're
it's
going.
all a ruse.
Some smooth moves. Well, I guess I'm a Broadway guy because I was a theater kid. So
Same.
And so this movie in particular can probably be mapped to the overlap of me being a youth group kid and a theater kid. And this movie is a perfect expression of those two things. So when I was in theater, when I was a kid, I mean, the shows we were doing were like, Guys and Dolls and Little Shop of Horrors, and I mean, it was all the
I know
classics.
you and I are both Little Shop fans. We talked about that ages ago.
Little Shop. I love it so much. I've never seen it. I mean, I love Frank Oz's movie of it.
Yeah.
I've never seen it performed on the stage, except for my high school performance, which was pretty good, I have to say.
Can I tell you, my partner did it in high school. I did not see it, but his mom gave me the VHS when we started seriously dating.
Oh, wow.
I still have
awesome.
that. It's
oh
great.
My God.
He was
you still
Seymour.
Have it. That's
very
good.
crushworthy.
He was Seymour. Wow. You nabbed the Seymour. Well done.
Yeah. Feel pretty good about
it. Well done, Audrey, too. But it was Phantom and Les Mis were like the two huge things. And then it was like in college when I started getting all sophisticated, I got into Sondheim. But really the bedrock is, I have an Andrew Lloyd Webber bedrock, yeah.
That's so funny. The first time I ever came to New York was on a school trip, and those were the two shows they took us to see.
Oh, wow.
Was Phantom and Les Mis. So like...
Okay, can I tell you a quick story?
Yeah.
All right, so senior year of high school, I wrote a play. And I won like this contest, Young Playwrights Inc., where they flew me out to New York, and they did a staged reading of the play that I wrote. It was amazing.
Oh my God!
And so I got to New York, and I'm in the office, and there's all the young like interns there who are cool theater kids. And I'm like, I think I'm gonna go see a show tonight. Just go to like the Pix there, thing, get a cheap ticket. And they go, oh my God, you should see this. You should see this. You should see this. I go, I left, I went down, got my ticket for Cats, went and saw, and this is late run Cats. This is like half a theater full of Japanese tourist cats, just like, and the cats on the stage were noticeably bored and just like kind of staring at the audience like, why are you still here? And I went in, and the thing is, I was even too oblivious a nerd to lie about it the next day. And I'm sure I probably missed like Joe Mantegna in Glengarry or something, or like a Christopher Durand play or something. Yeah, I'm sure I missed something brilliant.
But that's kind of what I love about going to see shows. It's like, it does, I don't know, I will say I'm famously now a defender of Queen of Versailles, which is closing even earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't see it, yeah.
I saw it after the reviews came out. Okay. I thought it was really fun.
Yes.
I thought
You're
it's
talking
hilarious.
to someone who can sing most of aspects of love back to you right now. So you don't, I'm not going to, believe me, we don't have to be snobby here in terms of taste. Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I think that what's so cool about the way you've always made movies, because I rewatched Brick this morning, and like the way you blend genre, it's so exciting because you're clearly excited about it. Like, it doesn't seem like you mind, the ideas of highbrow and lowbrow aren't of interest to you, is what it seems.
Yeah, very much. Yeah, for me, it's, I mean, the genre things is, and that's why I always kind of, I don't know, raise my eyes a little. The notion of deconstructing a genre sounds very kind of to me, all I tried to do with genre is get to, step one is getting to like the pleasure center of what I love about it, like what really made me excited about it, usually from when I was a kid. And then taking that and trying to do that as well as possible on the screen. And inevitably it comes out through my voice and my sensibility, so it comes out unique in some way, but it really is just trying to do the thing I love about a genre as well as I possibly can, and just trying to have fun doing it. And if that's lowbrow, come on, let's go low.
Boom.
Yeah.
Part of what I loved about watching this movie in particular was I was 1, theater kid, 2, very big Edgar Allan Poe kid, 3, Catholic. Yeah. So thank you for making this movie very specifically.
Exactly. There's a the 3-circle Venn diagram is a circle, and it's just you.
Right.
That's amazing. Wow.
Like watching it, I was like, oh, weird. He must have found my high school journals. That's embarrassing. A lot of doodles.
Yeah.
Part of what I enjoyed so much about this is it reminded me of when I saw Conclave last year. Like, to be clear, I'm lapsed Catholic, but like deep in the culture.
And I'm lapsed youth group kid.
Yes.
So yeah, we're both, yeah.
So that's what I thought was so interesting, because watching the film, you have a very clear understanding of the culture. And I'd like to talk a little bit about how you found that, because I understand there are similarities in those religions, but Catholic has its idiosyncrasies, and I do think you nailed them.
Oh, well, that's good to hear. The thing is, I grew up as far from Catholicism as possible, because I think being in the Protestant church and being evangelical is farther from being Catholic than being an atheist, I think, because to us, there's a weird thing of like those Catholics with their saints and their rituals and their smoke things they wave. There's an exoticism to it. And so, but that's good to hear, because when I sat down to write it, for several reasons, I decided to put it in the Catholic Church. And most of those reasons were that the evangelical churches I grew up in are so ugly. They look like pottery barns. They're just so boring.
But we got stained glass windows, baby.
Yeah, you got all the good stuff. Nothing beats Catholicism for visual storytelling. But also, I wanted to learn about Catholicism. I wanted to use this as an opportunity to kind of get my head inside it a little bit more. And so, yeah, I have an aunt and uncle I'm really close to who are devout Catholics. Spent a lot of time with them, spent some time with their priest, and like did a bunch of research and stuff. And but a lot of it, I think, is also a lot of it is kind of more broadly about growing up inside of faith, I think. Yeah. Especially
as the movie moves on, Josh's character and Daniel's character having these conversations around faith. I, as someone who left the faith pretty early, really could see both sides of that experience, where I remember very devotedly that every night I would go to bed and I would talk to God for like an hour.
Yeah,
And,
absolutely.
that is not a thing I do anymore. And it was really interesting to me to see basically both sides of that represented, somebody who is totally faithful and someone who refers to himself as a proud heretic.
And for me, that was cool, because I have those two inside me, and they're constantly in conversation, even today. And I think... And I think even when I was a believer, though, even when I was the most kind of deeply Christian in my life, the notion that somehow, doubt and that blank voice doesn't exist somewhere, I think it always does. I think you always have a dialogue inside you. And whether you're a believer or not, I think that's something everyone can kind of relate to.
Yeah.
I know I can from when I was, Christian.
Well, in the opening of the movie, it's such a strong opening. Josh punches out a deacon and says that he says something that was like not appropriate.
Totally offensive, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm curious for you, was there ever a point in the script where we heard what the deacon said?
There never was. No. Never wrote it, and I think I just had the guy kind of tell a joke or something, because I knew you couldn't see what he was saying, and we... But no, I figured for me even, I didn't want to know what it was. I just wanted to have it be this fuzzy thing that's, oh, that must have been bad. Yeah.
Yeah, to see one preach to deck another.
Well, and also because there is actually a practical kind of screenwriting reason for it, because the audience needs to be on Judd's side. And so anything we hear the deacon say, there's going to be varying degrees of reaction to it in the audience. Whereas if we just see this person we like react and punch, we're going to plug in whatever is the most kind of offensive thing in our heads into that.
And
we're going to be more solidly on Judd's side, no matter where our head is at.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
The details of him feel so thought out, both in his kind of impulsiveness, but also his earnestness. I do want to know if you are aware of how crazy the internet has gone over a particular visual detail.
Is this the...
It is the neck tattoo.
It makes me very happy, because I wrote that in the script, and it was something that I was like, okay, I apologize to Josh, I know this is going to be a lot of work, we'll barely glimpse it, nobody might even notice it, but I feel like this says volume. This is like the key to this guy, kind of. So that makes me very happy that people are noticing it.
Yeah, that speaks to a background. That speaks to his
boxing background.
Yeah.
And absolutely.
Do you mind telling us what the tattoo is, since we never fully see it?
It's something that Josh designed, because that was another thing. I was like, all I want to see is one little tiny peek of it, and I want you to pick what it is, and I want you to design it. And I can't remember exactly what it was. It was some kind of symbol or something. It wasn't like a word or something. But it was something that Josh kind of came up with a backstory that involved what this thing actually meant.
And I know you also have Andrew Scott in the movie, and the goal was not to make Josh a hot priest, but
right.
Are you aware that there are very much thirst tweets about that neck tattoo?
Well, listen. I mean, Josh does play a priest, and Josh is a very attractive man, and so hot priest. It's all Yeah, that makes me very happy. Actually.
That's just math.
That makes me very happy. This is math, people. Come on.
Well, you guys have also done some really fun promotional things. Sesame Street, now also a Netflix property, did a parody.
Yeah.
And Daniel Craig has said that he didn't want you to see it because you might recast.
He's afraid I'll actually make that Muppet Knives Out movie.
Right. Have you considered, like, even just idly, like, if you were to make a Muppet movie, what would that look like?
I would love to. I mean, look, I love Muppet movies so much. To me, the Great Muppet Caper is the Empire Strikes Back.
Thank you.
Of, and I know. I mean, look, Muppet Christmas Carol, hard to touch. The first Muppet movie, it's weirdly analogous, I think, in terms of the first Muppet movie being, A New Hope, Empire being Great Muppet Caper, a little bit darker, a little bit more kind of at stake and sort of bigger. And so, but that first one just has the essence of all of it in there. So I would love to. I mean, I think it would be fun to just like pick a totally different genre and kind of make a Muppet movie out of it. I don't know.
Oh, so you may not do a crime caper Muppet movie?
Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's the fun thing about the Muppets. I mean, they can do everything from Treasure Island to a crime caper to a road trip to break into Hollywood. I mean, it's. I think the Muppets, in a way, is kind of my career has imitated the Muppets in terms of just like trying a new genre every time, but always putting Gonzo, meaning like Noah Segan, into each movie. Yeah.
Well, if he's Gonzo, what is your Muppet counterpart?
Oh man. I mean, I feel like probably Kermit, just because he's the ringleader, I think, and he's also kind of just Gonzo gets to have fun and play with chickens and go up in balloons and everything, which is kind of what the actors get to do. And Kermit's always just kind of trying to
keep this thing going.
Yes, 5 minutes, everybody. Yeah. So
it's a
Kermit,
really good Kermit flail.
Kermit, although I probably resemble Scooter the most, if I'm being honest.
I love that. I said that I thought mine was Gonzo, and I got corrected by my family, and they were like, "You're Miss Piggy," and I will take that.
Compliment.
Right?
Complimentary.
Right?
I mean, the fact that Cole is now writing a Miss Piggy movie, are you kidding me? I'm so excited.
Someone was like, let's play gay Mad Libs, and they basically created that press release as like a joke, and I was like, yeah, that is what we want.
That's real though, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it is real,
really
but that's the
it.
thing.
Yeah. No,
it feels like something that would be a joke.
It feels like something that we want and won't get.
Or we don't deserve, like on this timeline we're going to get that.
Maybe we don't deserve
see.
it. We'll see. I'm excited, man. Yeah. And I would love to see Miss Piggy do 2 weeks as Mary in Oh Mary. That was a joke. Somebody did that. But I saw that. I was
I've seen the posters.
That would work.
You know what I mean? I've seen the posters, and this is not to brag. I am a theater kid. I've seen Oh Mary in the cheap seats 3 times with 3 different people. And I don't know how they would do it with Miss Piggy, but I would love it so much.
I think they could absolutely. And the way that they would do it, I'll tell you, is just the puppeteer would just be on stage doing it. Because there's that magic thing. It's because Avenue Q did the exact same thing.
This is true.
And also, though, if you see Jim Henson go on talk shows like in, the 70s, just there with the puppet, but it's just Jim Henson there, your eyes just go to the puppet and the puppet's alive. Even though you see, it's not like he's like trying to hide his lips moving or something. There's that magic thing that happens.
I was thinking they would go under the skirt and it'd be a whole thing, but that's a very good point. I briefly got to intern at Sesame Street.
Oh, wow.
And it truly one of the coolest things I've ever done.
The dream.
Truly. And like one of the coolest things was when you watch them interact with kids, like there's a full-sized adult. That kid cannot see that adult.
Yeah.
They are not being hidden at all, but it's like we are locking eyes with that puppet. It is alive, magic, and we are there.
It's the essence of it. Yeah. So good.
Well, like we're seeing a lot of movies getting adapted onto Broadway. Is that something that would interest you if like one of your movies became like a musical?
I mean, it's weird. It's my dream to like direct either a musical or a play, to write and direct a musical or a play someday. In terms of adapting one of my movies, I mean, I don't know. I could definitely see maybe doing like a Knives Out mystery thing as a musical or as a play or something.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really interesting to try and translate. I don't think I would adapt it. I think I would write a new mystery to be done.
Oh,
in
interesting.
it, I think. Just because adapting, it's like, well, I don't know. We've seen that movie already. Let's try something new.
Sure.
But I don't know. It's funny. I've a lot of theater friends, and I talk to them very often about I don't know about how much fun it would be to get into that space and get back on the boards, man.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, especially because like there's that difference between. I mean, I love going to the movies because I love that sense of community of experiencing something together,
Yeah.
and like. In theater, you get that, but with a spontaneity, because like you're not seeing the same thing that people last night saw. Like,
Right.
however similar those performances might be, there's something
Right.
extra there.
Right. Yeah, and the person just being there live, it's, and also I don't know. There's just something also just so. I guess that's the other thing. There's something so different about the form and about how the storytelling works with a musical and a play and a
Sure.
movie, and they're just like, they're so different. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd be good at it, but I think it'd be a fun thing to try.
Yeah. I think as part of me, I like seeing the things that were movies made into musicals because I like seeing how someone else is interpreting it. It's not always done well, but it's like when it is, it's like so exciting.
When it works, it really. I mean, one of my favorite movie musicals, and of course, there's all the classics. One of my favorite movie musicals is the Jesus Christ Superstar from the 70s.
Right.
It's because it has so much energy, it has so much character, it looks the way it sounds, it's completely committed, and it overwhelms you the way that score overwhelms. I think it's a beautiful, amazing movie adaptation.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, speaking to the power of theater, like you've worked in movies that go to theaters. You've worked in, I mean, this did go to theaters, but also now it's going to be coming to Netflix.
Yeah.
Like, what is the difference in that experience for you? Do you think differently when you're putting something that's going to be going to theaters versus streaming?
I don't. Not really. I'm probably just not smart enough to do that math. But also, I don't know what that would be. I think that ultimately you're making the movie for an audience, you know, and I'll also forever movies have been, as long as home video has existed, the reality has been most people are going to experience it watching it alone at home. And so no, I don't think there's any calibration that's done at all in that regard. I think you just try and make something as good as you can possibly make it, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, to that point, people are very concerned with every kind of new innovation that's happening of like, this is the death of cinema, this is the death of cinema.
Yeah.
And whether it is the streaming wars or AI, are you afraid about the future of theatrical releases?
No. And I'm not afraid not because of some philosophical belief in them. I'm not afraid because old dudes like me are like wagging our finger at people saying you have to respect this sacred experience. The reason I'm not afraid is because I go to the movies, and what I see at movies are young people, and I see young people showing up to movies. I see them going to new movies. I see them going to revival cinema. You know, the theaters in LA that I go to. I see them getting excited to go with friends and have that experience. And I look at this year's slate of movies. I look at the fact that One Battle came out this year. I look at, I think that there are exciting things being made that are pulling people to the theaters. And yeah, I don't know. I'm at least in the near future. And all the stuff that you mentioned. I mean, AI is a bunch of slop bullshit. That's not gonna, I don't care how good it gets. The reality is, I think there is some element of the movie-going process where it's a bit like theater, where the audience is aware they're engaging with another person, even if that person is the filmmaker when they're watching something. And I think that's the reason why you're seeing directors like Guillermo and directors like Director Bong and directors like PTA, and I think you see fan bases growing up around them because they are voices, and the audience is having a connection with them when they're watching their movies. And I don't know, an AI slop bucket piece of shit was never gonna be able to have that connection with an audience because it's never lived. So I don't know. I think there are crazy times, and I think there are really hard things about these times. But ultimately, I feel secure that people are gonna keep wanting to get together and watch stories.